I'm Mark Saxton.
I'm Julie Cundiff.
And this is Blue Collar Sports Talk. And what a week 2, huh?
It was a fun week 2. Practice today, however, was a terrible practice. But we'll get into that.
We'll get to that because now it is time to talk some shit.
And rest in peace to Cody. Cody has now been fired. Now, Cody, you can get your job back, plus a 6-pack.
If you buy us 5th and guess all these next week of games right. And by the way, you already missed tonight's game.
Or if you tell us what we just said, because I don't think you're going to watch the video.
Amen.
You puss boy. You puss boy that likes boys.
So, started off, we both took the Niners. I said that the 10.5 points was a safe spread, and it is 30-12 final.
Yeah, I just didn't like the spread. It's Thursday night. I'm not going to bet my life savings. I'll bet $12 and fucking lose it because Daniel Jones is a piece of shit.
My life savings, I would have won $5 tonight.
Dang.
So, not to brag or anything.
You'd have had to bet $4.50 to win $5.
That's right. That's right. So, moving on. It's exactly what we thought was going to happen.
Quick recap.
It's exactly what we thought was going to happen.
Quick recap. There was a few penalties on the 49ers, or for the 49ers. I'm getting sick of it.
I feel it was way too tight on that Giant defense, official-wise, than they were on that Niner defense. Now, granted, they were legit fouls. Like, I'll be the first to say, yeah, that's a foul. I just feel that it wasn't as tight or reciprocated on that Niner side.
Yeah, because there were some Giants plays where their wide receiver would get tangled up and nothing called.
Or hands to the face.
Yeah, and Matt Breida, they didn't give him the ball. He had 4 carries for 17 yards. And it was a one-possession game in the third quarter.
He did get a tutty, but it's because he was right there.
And that was like a 8-yard surge. But, they went away from the run game. Giants, you're poverty. You're poverty. And I'm sorry for any poverty viewers because you're not as bad as the Giants.
You have a brighter future. You have a chance to make it out.
They are like third world poverty. The Giants are.
Amen.
And they beat the Cardinals, so.
In comeback fashion.
Yeah, I don't even know what the Cardinals are.
Yeah.
What's worse than poverty?
Without getting canceled, I don't know.
I was waiting for it.
So, moving it along, week 3 pick'ems. What you got? Game 1, Colts Ravens.
I got Ravens, and they're covering the spread. I think as long as Anthony Richardson isn't there, they cover the spread. If he plays, 8.5 is.
He went out with a concussion, right?
Yeah, 8.5 is a little tough to cover with how explosive Anthony Richardson has been, or the new A-Rod.
Hey, I like it. Well,
A-Rid.
A-Rich.
A-Rich.
Yeah.
So I think that's been used already. I'm sure we can find somebody
on
Spotify named A-Rich.
We'll find something for him.
We'll get there.
It's a work in progress.
Yeah.
It's only week 2, right?
Yeah, Ravens, I got them covering the spread. What do you got?
I do have the Ravens. I do not have them covering the spread.
All right.
I don't know. It's just not what it is for me, I guess.
You don't believe in Lamar?
No, I actually think that Colts defense has been the only thing keeping him in the game because Richardson hasn't finished either week.
He's finished enough. He's done enough. Titans-Browns, this is a weird game.
Yes, it is.
And I was kind of hoping you would go first, but I will go first, and I'm going to pick the Browns. And I will not put a spread on this game because when the Titans want to play, they can play.
Yeah, agreed.
But I'm going to go with the massage therapist, Mr. I won't say that. Cosby.
I also will take the Browns. I wrestled with it half the week, and I was like, fuck it. Going with Deshaun. Okay. He knows how to fumble fuck a situation.
Yeah.
But he's also been playing decent ball.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, and
but
they say light a fire under his ass, and according to the masseuses, he had a finger up his ass. So,
and I'm not picking the spread. Piss on all that.
Yeah, No, a fun one. I think this one could be a sneaky trap game, Broncos-Dolphins, because I think all the money right now is on Dolphins covering. I'm still taking the Dolphins, but I am not going to take a spread because I feel like this is the week where Broncos go all out. They're going for it on fourth down. They're doing their best to not fuck this one up.
I'm gonna take the Dolphins at that spread, but it's not as confident as that sounded because I agree with everything you just said. I think Sean Payton and company actually got on to something towards the end of that game. They did not get the 2-point conversion, but they did get the touchdown on a lucky play. But the fact that the team was willing to dig in to even get to that lucky play.
Right. And they were up a bunch.
Yes, they were. They blew a 14-point lead.
Ouch. A lot of blown leads.
Yes.
Just kind of a crazy week too.
Still hurts.
We're like we'll let you talk about it here in a minute.
Yeah.
Patriots Jets. I'm going New England, and I will take that money at 2.5. This will be Mac Jones' first win of the year. I don't think they can lose. That's where I'm going. A lot of my week 3 picks are what teams can't lose. And right now, if you're the Patriots, you can't lose this game.
It's so hard. I also am going with New England, and I was hoping you were going to take the Jets. I really was. I was hoping you'd jump on the Jets defense. But no, this is going to be a very defensive game. And
it's going to be a bad game. To watch if you like point. If you're a college football fan, you do not have the attention span for this game.
And if we're gonna go defensive, you got to go with the defensive mind. You got to go with Belichick. That's who I'm going with at 2.5.
Bills Commanders. See, this is my long shot of the week. I have Bills winning, but I have Commanders covering that spread. I have it being a game-winning field goal score game. I think this one's going to be super close. Buffalo's, they looked human against the Jets.
Yes, they did.
And they went wild against the Raiders, who, in my opinion, are about like the Broncos.
Yeah.
I am high on Sam Howell and the Commanders. I would not be shocked if this is the upset of the week. What say you?
I am going to take the Bills, just not at any money line. I'm taking the Bills outright.
All right, I like it. Falcons Lions. The Lions get 2 home games in a row. Will they not fuck this one up?
I'm taking Detroit at that money line. I say they bounce back. Atlanta did have a good game against Green Bay.
So let me just do some math, okay? The Lions beat the Falcons, okay? The Falcons beat the Packers, okay?
Shut up.
So does that mean the Lions will absolutely beat the Packers then?
No. Well, as long as we're not
football, man.
Hey, as long as we're not in the position to where I almost said Staley, LaFleur has to run the ball up the middle every fucking play when we're up by 10 points.
So the key for the Packers to win is to be down.
Got to come from behind.
I like it. So doing the true Packer style.
That's right.
I like it.
That's right.
So what do you got in this game?
Detroit at that money line.
At the money line. Okay, I got Detroit, and I would not be afraid to run that line up higher if you want a little bit better parlay. I'm not going to put that as my lock, but definitely it is. I think it's going to be an easier game. Saints Packers. So the line flipped because I believe at the beginning of this season the Saints were favored by a point on top of the Packers.
To be honest, I don't remember, but I think that this money line is too low. I think we have a shot at Aaron Jones coming back. The running playbook should open up. I think that our run defense was really good the first half against Atlanta. Even though Kamara's coming back, I'm gonna take the Packers at 3.5. I'm still gonna bank that our defense ain't gonna be tired in the second half, that our offense will be able to get it done. Jordan Love's been looking good. Not great, but looking good. 3 touchdowns in both of his first 2 starts. No mistakes so far. Couple of questionable decisions, but nothing that we were worried about. I'm gonna take the Packers at 3.5.
So I'm gonna wait to see till I officially lock it in, but I will give you an answer now. But I'll see if your O-line gets healthier and if Aaron Jones comes back. If they don't, and as of right now, I'm taking the Saints. And I think it'll be relatively close because the Saints offense ain't doing shit, but their defense is legit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think this is going to be Jordan Love's, I think, his hardest game so far. This is a real defense that he's finally getting to see. So I am taking the Saints.
Texans, Jags. I do have Jacksonville at 8.5. What do you got?
That is actually on my parlay of the week. I have Jacksonville covering against the Texans.
I like it.
I think it's going to be pretty easy. I looked at it this morning. 84% of the money is on Texans right now.
Oof.
I don't
understand
quite get that.
I don't understand that.
I know they played well last week, but this is Jacksonville. We're looking at like a top 2-3 team in the AFC.
And Jacksonville hung in there with Kansas City. Now, granted, Kansas City has their issues. I'm not saying like that's the team to beat right now.
But their defense is legit this year.
Yeah.
Kansas City, I think that is their biggest strength this year is their defense.
And Jacksonville hung in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Chargers and Vikes. What you got?
This one is
so difficult.
This one is, do I die? Which way do I want to die? Do I want to die on the Lord's side, which is Kirk Cousins?
Or slow and it's either slow and painful or quick straight to the head.
Yeah, but at this point I don't know which is which.
Slow and painful would definitely be the Chargers. Quick to the head would be Kirky doing Kirky things.
I don't think Kirky would do that in Minneapolis, but the Chargers are just a better team. I'm going Chargers.
Hey, somebody's going to get their first win this week.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people are going to lose money on this game. I'm going Chargers. No line is safe.
I'm going Chargers, and that's my long shot of the week because I got the Chargers at 2.5.
What a long shot.
You like that?
Not at all.
Hey, I just want to get a little creative with my parlay.
So,
because I think everybody's lock is going to be the same this week.
Let's take a shot. Good luck. Let's lock it in. Panthers, Seahawks. Bryce Young is out. Seahawks.
Sorry, he didn't know where to line up last week anyway.
It happens. Kirk did it too. And Kirk is what, like an 85-year-old vet? Seattle is -6. See, that's a weird line because you can get a push at that.
Yeah.
Because that seems like a pushable line. But I am taking Seahawks at that money line. Probably more if you want to boost that parlay.
I mean, I'm definitely not against the more. I wasn't shaking my head to the more. I'm going to keep it at the money line. Nothing to get creative over.
All right. And then, well, I guess we got 2 locks of the week. I definitely have 2. Bears, Chiefs. I got Chiefs by however they want to.
No.
Oh, no.
It's the boys next.
Okay, Cowboys, Cardinals. I will be there.
This is my lock.
In the flesh.
12.5.
Yeah, this is my lock. Dallas is probably going to, and they're upset that Trayvon is out for the year. I think this one is going to be not pretty. It's gonna be It's gonna be mean, and I think they're gonna come out there.
They're gonna fuck the Cardinals up, dude.
Like, I'm trying to think of like ways the Cardinals would like put up a fight, but I don't see it.
If they brought a ball bat to the offensive line and knocked some knees.
Even then, I think Micah would like bite it in half. Yeah, this is my lock. There's not much. I mean, do you have anything to?
Nope. It's real cut and dry. That's my lock of the week.
If Kyler Murray was playing, what do you think the spread would be at?
14.5.
I think it would be more like 8. But I don't see a difference either way. Now,
Bears and Chiefs.
The other lock of the week, Bears, Chiefs by however, whatever. And Justin Fields just called out his coaches, said he's playing robotic because of it.
I was going to touch on that. And
his defensive coordinator got his house raided by the FBI and promptly resigned from the NFL.
And blamed the team. Did you see that?
Well, the team is harboring little picky.
Well, I will say this about Justin Fields. Everybody who in this last 6 months, he said this was his year. Shame on you. Number 2, shame on Justin Fields. You suck right now. I think he could have been a decent quarterback if he didn't land in Chicago. I'm just throw that. I'm going to be honest.
I still think Mitch could be.
Same.
Yeah.
Same. Chicago ruined those 2 quarterbacks. But just because you're sucking right now gives you no excuse to say, I'm just playing robotic. It's not my fault, essentially, is what he's saying. And
DJ Moore, did you hear what he said during the game?
I missed the DJ Moore bit.
One of the linebackers came up and said, "I miss tackling you, Go Gadget. You know, you better get the ball." And he goes, "I don't know what to tell you. It's not my decision." Something along those lines. You blame the coaches too. Sounds like you got a bit of turmoil there in Chi-Town. Chirac.
Hey, because it does suck to suck.
It does. So I have a prediction. Justin Fields benched by week 8. I see it.
I mean, he might as well be benched now. It doesn't make a difference.
What sucks is I didn't believe in this hype, but I thought he would be better, and he's not.
But see, that's what I never understood where the hype came from. He had a couple of long runs last year. He had a couple of, and I'm going to call them lucky throws. And everybody's like, oh, he's got everything coming to him. This is his year. Where do we get this information
He's
from?
missing wide open reads. Like reads that, and not only is he missing them, he is looking at him and disregarding them.
But I think a lot of it has to do with getting beat up between the last year and the start of this year with the offensive line. And I think he's just used to just either A, just throwing it away, or throwing it into God knows where, or B, running everywhere.
Well, he has 66 pass attempts this year, okay? Just to put that in perspective, Patrick Mahomes has completed 50. And you're losing. You're playing losing ball. You're going to throw more.
And he has more interceptions than he does touchdowns right now.
And that's been a trend with him. I thought it would be better because it's his 3rd year and you got weapons, but it's not. Now, this is going to be a fun Sunday night game.
I'm actually going to enjoy this. I like
two teams that are like
but see, here's
trying
the thing.
to kill each other.
Here's the thing, though. A lot of people started shitting on Pittsburgh after week 1. Oh, they suck. They said, no, they don't suck. They just had a rough start. Everybody has kind of a stinker, right? I'm gonna take the Steelers at the 2.5 money line that the Raiders are favored at. Okay, but that's not shit on the Raiders. I'm not saying it's gonna be a blowout. If it is, I will be surprised. I think it's gonna be like you said. They're trying to kill each other. It's gonna be nice and close. You're gonna have to fight for every yard. You're gonna have to fight for every down. I think that the Raiders bring it to them, but they fall short.
See, just looking at the Steelers, they had 9 first downs last week. Their offense isn't good. It's not bad. It's fucking terrible.
Right.
But the Raiders' defense is just as bad.
Yeah.
So, and the Steelers' defense is better than the Raiders' offense. That's how I'm picking this game. Steelers are winning. I think it's going to be close for a while, and then towards the end, it's not going to be close. But it'll still be a very entertaining, hard-hitting game. And I wish John Gruden was still coaching the Raiders.
Another doubleheader for Monday night. Let's start with the first one. 4:15 Arizona time. Eagles are going to Tampa. We got.
Well, this could also be another lock, in my opinion. I have the Eagles. This is also in my parlay, as well as the Chiefs and the Cowboys. Yes, I'm betting favorites. Oh, hey, you're scared to take. Well, I'm making money, motherfucker.
Hey, not when you're making your own parlay though. It's way different.
So I'm making money off of favorites. Are you gonna kill me?
Like I said, it's really different.
And fuck
when
Vegas,
you're making
by
your
the
own,
way.
when you're making your own parlays, creating your own chances. You could very well either boost your own odds that way, or find a way to boost your own odds.
Or the Buccaneers could win, and you're fucked. Hey, it happens, but I don't see it at all. I think it will be close. I did not take money on Philadelphia, by the way. I just took the Eagles outright because I think if Baker gets a lead, it's going to be a little difficult, and the Eagles are not who they were last year. I'm going to keep saying that. Mark, who do you got?
I'm taking Philly just because I have no faith in the Buccaneers yet.
Just for the name. Name is better than the Buccaneers so far.
Oh, I wouldn't even say that.
Well, they're both 2-0, Mark.
Yeah, well, okay. If you wanna go to that, let's just the commies are 2-0.
On which I called.
No, I'm taking Philly.
Rams Bengals. The line was at 6.
And now it's at 3.
Dropped to 2. Now it's back up at 3.
And Joey B is looking at not being the starter, you were saying?
That's what it looks like. I think I'll definitely revisit this if he's out. Well, if he comes back, because I'm taking the Rams.
And right now he's questionable.
And I am taking the Rams as of right now.
So,
and even if he gets back, what has he showed that he could even beat?
I think
that they could beat anybody.
I'm gonna probably say this all year long, but I think this is the bounce back game for Cincy. I said it last week.
They're bounce back.
This is the bounce back game, baby. No, I'm taking Joey B as long as Joey B is playing. If he's not playing, I'm taking the Rams.
I'm kind of on the same. I'm on the same level there. If he plays, I'll take the Bengals, but it doesn't look like it, so I'm gonna go with the Rams right as of now.
We didn't have any differences, did we? I took the Dolphins. You took the Dolphins.
Yeah.
We both took the Browns. We both took the Pats.
The only difference was money lines.
Yeah. We both took the Bills, right?
Yeah.
We both took the Lions.
Yep. Oh no, I took the Saints over Packers.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, but I said I'd revisit that if their O-line got healthy this week. But I still think I'm gonna stay true to that one. So now, I just want to recap 2 games. I'll let you start off with your Packers loss.
So a lot of people. So I got like mixed. I was reading mixed comments out there. A lot of people were Jordan Love was perfect. A lot of people were blaming Love. A lot of people were.
Well, he definitely wasn't perfect.
Right. A lot of people were blaming the defense. Right. Here's what happened. Okay. At halftime, we're up 10-9. Very close game, very tight. Immediately out of halftime, we go up 14, right? Or we put up 14. We're up 24-12 at the end of the third quarter. Okay? This right here is huge. Now, towards the end of the fourth quarter, you went into not victory mode, but control mode, right?
Right.
Run the ball. This is where I blame LaFleur and not opening up the playbook offensively for the run. They ran it up the middle, got nowhere. Tried running it just to the outside of the guards, nothing. Okay. Tried a couple of pitches outside when it was already too late. Didn't matter. Our defense was constantly on the field in that second half. Okay. The fourth quarter, we scored nothing. Didn't even get in the red zone. The Falcons got 13 points and won the game. We got the ball back. I think like just over a minute left. And then
dicked it away.
Yeah, and then the 4 straight passes missed. And a lot of people are like, well, that's on Love and this and that. It's like, listen.
Some of it was,
yes. There was some questionable passes, but there's so much more that goes into that for me than just trying to fucking make it on a 4th and 15. And then the penalty, which I didn't think was a penalty, whatever. It is what it is. Listen to these numbers right quick. 14 of 25, 151 and 3 tutties. Okay, 151 yards, 3 tutties. At most, you can get them for not having enough yards and going just under half. Just under 50% completion rating. He still had 3 tutties. It's huge. This is where it gets more important. A.J. Dillon, 15 carries and 55 yards. What are we doing?
Yeah.
What are we doing? Bijan Robinson, 19 carries, 124 yards.
So the announcers say Bijan, but ever since college, it's been Bijan, and then as soon as he got drafted, he said it's Bijan.
Well, I'm going to say Bijan because that's just what I've been told.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
And Ritter didn't have a bad day. 19 of 32, 237 yards, a tutty, and a pick.
Almost 2.
Almost 2. And Love almost threw 1.
He almost had 4 tutties that day.
Right. But it was a lot of bonehead moves that kind of piled up, snowball effect into one loss.
That's for your loss.
Thanks, buddy. Now go ahead and go to your recap.
Well, before I go to the recap, I do want to say this. Packers fans, you don't have the same energy, and it's pissing me off because if this was Aaron Rodgers, same game,
Yes.
it would have been, he is so washed. He
He's
needs
too
to get
old.
off of the drugs.
He's too old.
I understand.
He
Jordan,
doesn't want to fucking be here anymore.
I understand Jordan Love is new. This is only his second start. But come on. Like, if I've been hearing this is the guy, like, if you're going to hold him accountable, then hold him accountable. Now, what I agree with is it wasn't all of his fault. But if you're going to be that average NFL fan and blame the quarterback,
Where you at?
then where are you? Because that last drive was pitiful. It was bad. It really
4
was.
straight misses.
And I think what's more of a indicator that this season has not been going as planned for the Packers is Aaron Jones as your receiving leader with 86 yards. And that, to me, that says a lot because you have not had one receiver.
Well, no. I disagree.
No,
I
that
disagree.
says. So what?
I disagree because 2 things. The way that Love's been passing, he hasn't been going down deep field.
No, I get that, but that means your receivers are not creating enough separation to do much.
The 2 passes that Jones caught, he broke away from the Bears.
Right. No.
From the Bears.
Right. No, I understand that. No.
I'm just saying it doesn't. It's not as quite as an exclamation mark as what you're trying to say. Is all I'm saying.
No. It is because that was in one game, correct?
Yes.
His receivers minus Dobbs have had 2 games. That's what I'm saying.
But we don't
you're
get to play
wide.
the Bears every week, right?
So if you didn't play the Bears, you would not average over 40 yards a game.
No, what I'm saying.
No, that's what happened.
What I'm saying is just like with Rodgers last year.
That's what happened.
Hold on, just like with Rodgers last year and many years prior, when we beat the Bears, what do they often find themselves doing defensively? They guard one area well and leave something else wide open, and we just take what's open. All I'm saying is
and against the Falcons, the Falcons defense is not that defense. So you're telling me that between the Bears and the Falcons, Christian Watson and
who hasn't played yet,
or not Christian Watson? No, yeah, Christian Watson played. It was Romeo Doubs that didn't.
No, Christian Watson hasn't played. Romeo Doubs.
Okay, so you're telling me between Romeo Doubs, your 2 new tight ends, and I don't know who else you got for a receiver, but they couldn't create 40 yards a game.
So we had Jaden Reed and this dude Wicks I never heard of. I'm gonna be honest with you. Taking more of the catches there. Romeo Doubs wasn't playing every down. He wasn't playing every down. I mean,
there's still no separation, and that's what I'm saying is because when Aaron Rodgers was throwing to these guys, there was still creating separation. And what I'm saying is Jordan Love isn't throwing to create separation. He's throwing at the receiver.
But like I said,
you will find yourself in bad situations when you start throwing at wide receivers instead of creating.
Like I said, the first week being against the Bears, this is a second start. They're easing him into everything. I'm okay with it.
Well, no, I get that, but this is his 3rd year in the system.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does.
It's still only his second start.
Yeah, but it is your 3rd year in the system.
I hate when people say that because it's like, it's way different. Motherfucker, me and you've been watching football for how many years? That doesn't mean we can go in there and fucking throw it.
Yeah, it does. So then why does CJ Stroud have 366 passing yards in one game? 386, sorry.
Dude.
Oh, with a way less receiving core. No, I'm just asking. I'm asking.
The difference is we actually have a team around him where we don't have to worry about trying to fucking heave it. That's not going to be our only avenue of winning.
CJ Stroud didn't heave it. He's creating separation.
I disagree.
So where's the separation then?
My separation right now is, like I told you, let the defense do their thing and take plays as they come. That's what they're doing with Love.
Separation and throws.
The separation and throws are take them as they come.
That's how you start to lose games.
Well, we'll see.
What you did.
No.
Yes, you did.
No, we lost this game because when we had the lead, he did not get creative with the run. Facts.
Well, he also did not create throws.
No, I'm talking about LaFleur.
Okay, well, I'm talking about Jordan Love not creating throws.
No, LaFleur did not open up the playbook creatively with the run. That kept the defense on the field, kept them tired, giving Atlanta the opportunity for the run game to open up, and then for Ritter to do his thing.
Look, if you don't have a receiver over 86 yards.
It's week 2.
Yeah.
Just chill.
Yeah, that's 40 yards a game.
Hold on. It's week 2.
It's 40 yards.
All I'm saying is
pitiful.
All I'm
That
saying is
pitiful.
this is something that I might agree with in 2 weeks, but not right now.
That is pitiful. Now, on to something that's not pitiful. We beat the shit out of the Jets. You ready for this? Here. Let me tell you what a receiver is.
Hold on.
Let me tell you what a receiver is real quick.
If I
You ready for this?
If I remember correctly, didn't Cody say the Jets were gonna beat the Cowboys?
They did, but I was a nice guy and revoked that bet after Aaron went down. But yeah, Cody did still bet or put his money or his blue collar life on the line, and they still got their asses beat. But let me tell you what
and
a real
Dallas was
receiver
only
is.
favored by 8. And Dallas was only favored by 8 in the final,
Yeah.
30-10.
So, let me just real quick for you. A real wide receiver, CeeDee Lamb, on 4 targets against the Giants, okay, had 77 yards. Against the Jets, had 143, which is a much...
On 11 receptions.
Yeah, which
and
is
how
a-
many targets?
13. So what is that telling you? We have a quarterback who's been in the system.
He's been playing for how long?
He's the longest tenured quarterback
Thank you.
for one team.
It's called tenured.
Tanner. He also likes Alabama.
You're in Dallas.
You like your cousin.
So what?
So that is what a wide receiver does, Mark. Not a running back.
Like I said, second year for everybody.
And
on the
as
receiving
of
corps.
right now, and this is a serious thing, Micah Parsons is MVP. Right now. Right this second, Micah Parsons MVP. If NFL ended today.
Okay, can we talk about something since you wanted to run your mouth? Who's your number 2 receiving
No
leader?
matter when you got CeeDee motherfucking Lamb.
It's Tony Pollard. What position does he play again?
So what's our number 1?
It doesn't matter.
No, it does matter.
It does
matter because you're number 1.
You're talking 4 receptions and difference.
No. What about yards? What about yards?
You're talking 100 yards.
Yeah. That's a lot different.
So if they play the Bears and you throw it to Pollard, you're even now.
No, because we played the Giants, so it cancels out, motherfucker.
No, your defense beat the Giants. The offense went on the field, and I've got the fantasy fucking points to prove it.
Nope. No, I will tell you this right now. Our offense also beat the Giants because the Giants scored exactly 0 points. And we had a field goal there, a touchdown there, and according
So
to that...
9 points.
So,
9 points.
So that equals more than 0, right?
No.
No, it doesn't?
Not against the Giants.
Wow. Okay, that's interesting. Very interesting.
Not against the Giants.
So your point was what? That we have a leading wide receiver and you don't?
Hey, I'm just saying.
Good point.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You were talking all that shit like it was a difference, and I look at him like, okay, Pollard's number 2. What are we talking about?
But who's number 1?
On 4 different receptions. What are we talking about?
No, yards. I didn't talk about receptions because Aaron Jones has 2. I'm talking about yards.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So then
but
why
like
were
I
you
said,
talking about?
Because you take away those
because
4
you're
different...
trying to come at another angle.
Hold on. Week 1. How many targets or how many receptions did CD
4.
have? 4. And how many yards?
77.
Right there. Now we're talking about basically even numbers.
Yeah. And that's why I said, hey.
4.
Yeah, exactly. You ready for this, Mark? What I said was you'd have to average 40 yards a game to beat Aaron Jones. So guess what? CeeDee Lamb is averaging 77. That beats Aaron Jones.
It doesn't matter when
does.
it doesn't matter when what you're saying doesn't even apply to your own team.
It does, because our number 1 receiver is a receiver.
4 receptions separates you and me. So
No, we're talking about yards.
all through 2 weeks. That's all we're
Yards.
talking about.
Hundreds of yards at this point.
In other news,
In other news.
800 yards. 800. 1, not hundreds.
No, we're talking about total offense. Since we're talking about total offense, let me show you a little some. We're going to go to point differential real quick.
Y'all
And-
better be at the top of the fucking world.
So now, because we're down a game, the Niners barely passed us. Let's see. This was what I found that was interesting. You guys were in second before tonight.
With point differential?
Yeah. Now this is
one. How? We only won by 18 the first game.
or points for,
Oh, yeah, okay.
which I found interesting because
I was like, how?
when Aaron Rodgers was your quarterback, that didn't happen. What's going on?
You got to remember.
I know why.
Hold on.
I know why.
Why?
I know why.
Why?
Because Jordan Fields fucking
Jordan
sucks.
Fields?
Justin Fields. It's the same thing.
No, it's not.
Well, he plays in Chicago, so I was
It
thinking
doesn't
about
matter what
somebody
his
who
name
was
is.
running a lot.
It doesn't matter what his name is.
Who? We're gonna be having this conversation in 20 years, and we're gonna be like,
The fuck was that guy's name?
I don't remember who it was.
All I know is, like I said, I really hate the haters that were on Rodgers' case last year. I really hate the people that think Love is perfect this year. But I even more hate the people that are hating on Love.
I don't get it.
It just keep it in perspective, folks. Like I said, I'm not gonna hate the kid because he's our quarterback now. We've got to get behind him. What are we doing? But also, let's not pretend that he's all the second coming. You know what I mean?
Here it is. Point differential. Us 1, Niners 2, and then it's a
Whoa.
steep drop off.
Oh, I see.
22-19. Where are you?
So I saw the differential.
17.
Like I saw the differential. It was like 60-40. I was like, why you guys second? Oh, points forward.
What I find interesting is how the Bengals are at -24. That just
You have the least points against.
it's because our defense is the best.
It does help to play the Giants week 1.
So another interesting topic I've been hearing is, should players start playing in the preseason to avoid this slow start? What I say is, because it's all about Joe Burrow or the Bengals.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow was out anyways. I think, if anything, he shouldn't have played game 1. I remember I told you, Mark.
We talked about it.
I didn't think he was going to play until week 3.
Well, let me say this. I think no matter which way, it's kind of like the baseball playoff talk of having the first round bye, right? I think no matter what you do, you're always going to find a con instead of a pro, because you're always going to remember that bad thing that has happened, right? So for me,
Did the Dodgers have the bye the year they won?
yes, they did.
So why are they complaining this year? Or last year, technically.
When we beat them.
Yeah. That's interesting, huh?
It is. But see, and here's the thing is even with this argument, like, let's just pretend we started Love, Dobbs, everybody, right?
Mm-hmm.
And let's just for 1 second pretend we're 0-2. It's real super easy, but well, if they didn't play the first 2 weeks because now so-and-so's injured, or
Well, I think it's different when how they play. Because there's no denying Joe Burrow has played like dog shit.
and that's because he was already injured,
Right.
not because
Right, but that's where the conversation comes from. And this isn't the first time this has happened. It happened last year,
but like
too,
I said,
when the Cowboys beat them with Cooper Rush.
But like I said, though, it's you're always gonna remember. So a guy like with Joey B, when he wins, right? Rather does well in a game, not even a win, but when he does well in a game, what do we accept that as?
And that's Joe
Automatic,
Burrow.
right?
Yeah.
We accept it as automatic. If there was an interception on a play, what does everybody do?
It's okay. It's Joe Burrow.
No. Well, even more so, let's dissect it. That might have been the receiver's fault,
Yeah.
or they missed a call. That was PI, or holding on the defense, or if that offensive line, it's just another excuse for me.
So what I think is you have to, as a coach, and I mean this is very simple, and I shouldn't even have to be explaining this to you. You play preseason players by how they are. If they're a slow starter, and you know it, and it's factual, like Joe Burrow is proven to be a slow starter. If he wasn't injured this preseason, I would say, Joe, we've started off 0-2 like before, and we've done it again this year. We're gonna play you for a drive.
He's not even talking about playing the whole fucking game. He just, instead of
Let's
one
get some
drive, you're getting 2.
Yeah, we're gonna get some reps. That way, you just feel out. You get to feel it out more. That's how fucking simple it is. It's not like the old days. And I say old days when I was still watching, where it's like you're game 1, nobody plays. Game 2, you play for the first quarter. Game 3, you play for the first half. Game 4, you play first half and third quarter. Like, you don't even need to do that.
Well, and the crazy thing too is, like I said, before Rodgers left Green Bay, I don't think he'd been to a practice since 2015.
And then he went and he had a calf injury. And then he tore.
But what I'm
Achilles.
saying is, overall, he did more winning than losing in those 4 years.
Yeah, but he shouldn't have gone to practice. According to our math,
Right.
We've
No.
concluded.
Yes. No. I'm not. I'm not going against it.
No,
Yeah.
no.
I'm just saying
around.
it's like for me, like I said, no matter what, the fans I'm talking about are gonna remember nothing but the bad. Oh well, this is why. No, don't do that. Call it for what it is. What, like we said earlier, we're big fans of keeping the same energy.
So, do you think there's something that's close to like the football gods? Because the Bengals had a chance to get rid of T. Higgins for a first-round pick this offseason. They chose not to. They chose to keep him. Now they're really struggling. Not only are they struggling, but he's struggling.
Hey, buddy. We do. You're a Cowboys fan, a lot of pain there. And I have, as a Packers fan.
So what do you do?
As a Packers fan.
There are
two of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play the game in 30 years together. We only have 2 Super Bowls. It's kind of a thing, isn't it?
But do you think this is like
them shining down on Cincy right now and telling them, hey, you fucked up here?
Because Joe Burrow, and this was a quote, I don't know if it was from Joe Burrow or the front staff, but we're taking contracts for the team. Joe Burrow's taking contracts for the team. That way we can re-sign everybody. All of a sudden, Joe Burrow signs the biggest contract in NFL history. Seems a little weird to me.
I mean, I always believe football gods put their hands in something, usually mostly negative.
Or in favor of the Patriots.
Amen. But it's also with the Joe Burrow thing, and you could thank Lamar in Baltimore. That was inevitable. That was going to happen. That
you don't have to thank Lamar if you're a Cincy fan. You have to curse Lamar if you're a Cincy fan.
What you see what I'm saying is like after he gets paid.
Yeah, it sets the market.
And you said it perfectly in the offseason. You said it perfectly when you were like, okay, you pay Lamar this. Now guess what? Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow, insert quarterback here is going to say, I could compete like him. If not, I could be better than him. If not, my numbers were better than him.
Right.
Now you're going to expect to get paid. So I think that was an inevitable pass. However,
would you have gotten rid of T. Higgins in this offseason? Not knowing how the season would have started, but knowing, because you're the Bengals, you have to pay Joe Burrow. There's no going around it.
It has to be a thing. So for me, although I'm agreeing with you, I might go against your point here because I'm more of a superstitious guy where I'm like, okay.
Yeah, no, I have a football for Cowboys games.
Right.
I do.
Right. I have to have my cheese head in certain parts of the house when I watch my game. I get it.
I throw in certain amount of sins during out the game.
I get it. But I am going to say, for me, like if I ran everything in Cincy, I'm like, okay, guys, we're almost there. Everything here is fine. If anything, we need to add. So I would have tried to hold on to everything.
Right. No, and I agree. Where it's like you're right there. Your Super Bowl window is now. But you can't re-sign T. Higgins. Like you know that because you are gonna sign Joe Burrow to the highest ever contract.
But you're gonna hang on to everything as long as you can, in my opinion.
So you would rather lose a number 2 receiver who is debatably a number 1
elsewhere in Green Bay
in
for
20 in like 25
in Green Bay, for example.
Like I think that's a ballsy move.
It is, and I'm not even sitting here saying I'm willing to die on this hill. I'm just saying before the season started, I'm trying to keep everything status quo.
No, I get that. But I feel like they dug their own hole in this regard.
Now,
what I'm kind of hoping for, and I'm all for players getting their bag. Like you have to. The average NFL life is 3 years.
And let's face it, the organizations
they can cut you whenever.
And have time and time again proven that they don't give a fuck about the person behind the pass.
So I'm all for getting your money, whether you deserve to be the highest paid or not. Bread. I'm waiting for the organization to say, I'm not signing you to the highest deal.
Mm-hmm.
You deal with it. Some other org signing that player to a high deal and it not working out.
Now remember, me and you had this conversation in the offseason as well, and I was like, and I told you,
there was a misunderstanding.
There was,
because we went about 2 hours talking. I was talking about the hypothetical, and he thought I was agreeing with the hypothetical.
Yes, and the same thing he just said. if we're the organization, we're going to say, nope, we're not giving you the highest deal. Obviously, there's going to be another organization that does.
Right.
But like he just said, whether that works out is going to be their $255 million fucking gamble on one man.
Right.
And that's where, and to quote you again, now that's where you can look like the fucking hero or the fucking villain, and you're going to fucking lose everything.
Because I think this is why the 49ers are so dominant, is because they haven't, they're not in this place. They haven't been. Because Brock Purdy, now, as of right now, if Brock Purdy was owed a contract at the end of the year, you give him whatever you want. Because,
but you can afford to now.
Yeah, well, no, you can't.
Well, as the Niners?
They can't.
No, what I'm saying is you can afford not to pay him, but to let him go. You could say, all right, hey, fuck it. Bye, because we built everything around a quarterback position.
And I think that's going to be the way the NFL goes, because you're going to see...
And it doesn't hurt the Niners.
But it's going to start in the NFC with the Niners, and I guarantee you the Cowboys are going to do the same thing with Dak, that they're going to go and say, hey, look, these motherfuckers have beat us twice. We don't know about this year. It might be 3. Hey, we might beat them, because we're right there.
Right.
But the Cowboys will say, look what we could buy if you take this much less. And if he says no, we don't know what's going to happen.
Like I said, the Niners have set themselves up perfectly.
Now, if you got a Patrick Mahomes,
what are you going to do?
You just...
You get pay him.
Yeah.
It's super hard. It's super hard. And it's just like, it's the same thing with those younger guys, like especially with Joey B or like Justin Herbert or... Now,
Justin Herbert is a different conversation.
But well, I'm throwing it out there, like for example, even if like Jordan Love in the next couple of years proves that, let's just for 1 second pretend he proves to be the next Patrick Mahomes type thing, right? If they prove themselves, and which, like I said, Joey B, Justin Herbert, theyose guys they're on the road where they can either A, they can turn into that guy, or B, they won't, and then you know.
So
though J Herb's already been paid.
So I've watched, and I went back and I truly did watch the entire Packers game because I was really interested. Do you want to know my exact comp? I have a comp for you for Jordan Love. And I truly believe you'll like it.
What you got?
Jordan Love will be Dak Prescott. That is what he'll be. He will be accurate, and then once you change it up, he will have 1 year where he will throw picks, but he's gonna win you games.
I'm gonna put it to you like this. For me,
because what Jordan Love is doing right now, what Jordan Love is doing right now is exactly how Dak started off his career.
You know this. I'm not a Dak hater. If we can end up with a Dak Prescott out of this,
you won.
I'm happy.
Yeah, you literally won.
We're gonna have fantastic regular seasons. In my opinion, in Dak's situation, coaching has fucked him in the postseason. He's had a couple of questionable decisions. Yes. Made a few mistakes. Yes. Coaching has fucked him in the postseason. So, for me, if I get a Dak, I'm happy. You know, and what's crazy to me, though, is that everybody expects him to be the next Rodgers in Green Bay.
No, I think you...
That's fucking wild
I think you have... Because, like, as a Cow... I love Dak. Dak is one of my favorite all-time Cowboys quarterbacks. Now, I never got to watch Aikman play. Tony's number 1 for me. Like, without a doubt, Tony's number 1. Dak is number 2. Now, Dak is my number 2 only because Tony Romo did it for so long with a terrible defense. Yeah. The worst defense.
But one of the top offenses.
Because of him.
Well,
Dez was in there. T.O. was there for a little bit.
But what I'm saying is he had a comparable offense. I'm not saying the offense did it. No, that's not what I'm saying.
No, but I think like the Dak,
he had a top offense.
Yeah, and the people that like the Dak haters, I really don't understand. Like most teams, like you look at the teams, look at the teams we have today. Who wouldn't rather have Dak than all these teams?
Just like we talked about with like the preseason stuff, they remember the last bad thing.
What they don't, and now I got a cool stat for you. In NFL history, Dak is 9th in touchdown to interception ratio.
Nice.
The entirety of the NFL.
I like that.
Why wouldn't you want that? Like, that's fucking crazy.
And he's young as fuck still.
Well, 30. In Madden, that's old. In Madden, this starts to regress.
In real life, he still has approximately 8 years.
But I really think
healthy-wise.
I really think the Packers have an above average quarterback. That's what they have now. That's what Jordan Love is showing you. I don't think he's going to be Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
But you're never going to get a Patrick Mahomes except for once in your lifetime, maybe.
Well, and like you just said, you don't need the Niners have proven. You just got done talking about that. You don't need the top quarterback. You need a solid team around an above average quarterback. Well, shit.
Jared Goff went to a Super Bowl. Fucking Nick Foles won a Super Bowl. They did it with
Jimmy fucking Garoppolo, dog, and Jimmy Garoppolo threw 15 passes every game.
So I do wanna call a shot right now because Joy Taylor is one of the biggest Dak haters. You know her as she was Colin's co-host for years, and now she does Speak with Ocho.
Speak out or speak first?
Speak now, or something. Speak. I know the show, but it's with Shady and Ocho. But
gotcha.
She was saying you have to have an elite quarterback to win Super Bowls.
I remember this. I remember
there is an outlier because Tom Brady is 75% of those quarterbacks. When are we ever going to see the greatest quarterback of all time? Ever. Like it might be Patrick.
Might not even be in our lifetime.
Yeah, it might be Patrick Mahomes, but we might not see it for another 70 years where we see a dominant run.
But see, what's crazy though is a lot of people nowadays they forget exactly what Tom did back in his prime. I'm talking about his prime. Everybody's like, well, his prime was all the way to the end. Yes, okay, I get it. All bullshit aside,
he's had 3 Hall of Fame years.
Yeah, in the middle 2000s, right, is what I'm talking about. I would take that Tom over today's Patrick any day of the week.
Where he is beating Peyton Manning consistently.
A Ben Roethlisberger in fucking winter consistently.
That Steelers defense,
it's nothing to fucking shake a stick at. And don't get me wrong, I'm not shitting on Patty, dog. No. But Patty doesn't have shit on what we saw Tom do.
We need 20 years. And this is, it's no disrespect to... Because what he's done so far is... we all took...
Honestly...
we all took Joe Burrow over Patrick Mahomes last year before the Super Bowl. And then,
yes, we did.
And then after the Super Bowl, we all went, well, that didn't age well because we're going off a new height.
Let's be honest. What was Patty Mahomes' toughest game last year? And I'm not trying to talk shit.
Was against the Bengals.
Well...
They lost.
In my opinion, was against the Bills.
I don't know if they... I can't remember that game off the top of my head. Are you talking about the overtime win 2 years ago?
No, that was 2 years ago.
Okay.
I'm talking about the Bills last year. I'm trying to remember the what was it?
Stand by.
Stand by to stand by.
So while Mark's looking this up, I'm going to say something that's truthful, and you can agree to this. You and I were born in the golden age of sport because you got to witness Michael Jordan. I got to witness the very end, okay? And we both got to witness LeBron. Now, you ready for this?
Right here.
We both witnessed Tom, and we're both witnessing Patrick Mahomes as of right now.
So
we don't know if there's going to be another run like this in sports.
January 23, 2022. Right.
Oh, yeah.
42-36. So, yeah, that was 2 years ago. The one I was talking about.
But they beat him in the regular season. That was in playoffs.
Yes, but this is what I was talking about. Or I'm sorry, this is the one I was talking about. The latest one was the overtime win. So my biggest thing was that honestly, and I'm not trying to talk shit on Patty because. Best in the league right now, okay? But that AFC isn't what it was
a year ago.
Yeah.
Because Josh Allen has regressed. Joe Burrow is... I hope he's just hurt.
Yeah, I hope he gets back to normal, what everybody expected Joey B to be.
And Justin Herbert has been the biggest hype child in the NFL.
No fault of his own.
No, But I agree. He's an automatic top 10 quarterback, and
what's funny
he has a lot of good numbers. But you know this as a Chargers fan, and I know this as a Cowboys fan, and I'm sure
easy.
Phillip Rivers had huge number games, just like just like him. Tony Romo had huge numbers just like him. There was huge quarterbacks all around the league.
Hold on. I want to say this. And this means no disrespect to J-Herb, okay? But what Tony and what Phillip did in a regular season, that kid hasn't touched yet.
No, because he literally has the highest paid defense ever. See, this is what I'm saying.
But yes, he is on that path.
No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying he's getting the credit that they never got because...
Thank you.
Because
what I'm saying,
for some reason he's a poster child.
But what I'm saying is he is on that path though.
No, 100%. I believe Justin Herbert is going to be on the same tier as Phillip Rivers and Tony Romo. I think he's going to be a great regular season quarterback. He's going to have all the numbers to say because Tony Romo was just selected this year to be in the Hall of Fame.
And I think he deserves it.
Do I think he's going to be in the Hall of Fame based on how they vote? No, I don't. But,
well, yeah, he's never won the big one.
But it's just.
His numbers. Now here's my thing. As a, I hate the Cowboys. Okay, but as a Cowboy.
Now you haven't sounded like it for the last 2 years.
Forever, but as a big Cowboy fan, right? When you put any name, I don't give a fuck who it is. When you put him saying, "Hey man, he beat out Aikman. He beat out Staubach, thank you. I was like, Roger, what's his name? Roger. When he beat out Staubach, right? When he sets his own records in that kind of an organization, we've already had players on the show who has told us about having that star on the side of your head and what it means. You don't give a fuck what his name is, right?
Yeah.
So what are we talking about? Oh, well, he didn't win a Super Bowl. Now it's just okay. So now you're talking about Tony.
Yeah. Oh, he did terrible in the playoffs, but the defense let up 42 fucking points. It's like,
and he still made it within 8.
Yeah, it's like
10.
Yeah, it's like okay, what are we supposed to do? Like that Packers Cowboys game was the perfect Tony Romo game because it was
everything went wrong for them.
But they were there.
Well, yeah. But what I'm saying is,
but that's what I'm saying.
Tony was like the Murphy's Law, dude. What could go wrong will.
But he won't let it be.
It's not his fault.
No, and there will be times because there was a Chicago Bears game where he threw 5 picks, and it was like, oh, bench Romo. Guess what? Next game or that same year was that Broncos Cowboys game that was fucking 48-51, one of the greatest games in NFL history. Like, what do you do?
Yeah.
Like, that is, like, I don't care what you say. Like, he is on that Moreno level.
No.
Like, where it's, no.
I think he's above Moreno.
Oh, wow.
I think Tony and Phillip are above Moreno. And what's funny is my dad said the same thing. I talked to him earlier this week.
Wow.
He's like, Mark, you're an idiot. I was like, he wasn't even a part of the 72-14-0 Dolphins, bud. What are we talking about? He didn't win the big game. His playoff, I don't know Moreno's playoff record off the top of my head, but I'm sure that it's better than Phillip's. I'm sure that it's better than Tony's. Okay? Ultimately, I guarantee you I can pick out more exciting regular seasons.
Oh, yeah, between the...
No.
Not even between the two.
Just
one or the other.
Just one-on-one. And if all you're going to bring to me is, well, he has a better playoff record, because both of those men have broken Moreno's records. Let's not pretend they did. If you're going to say, well, he won more playoff games, he didn't win the big one. I'm going to throw that back in your face, what you just tried to say about Tony Romo to me a couple minutes ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now, I got an interesting one for you. Eli or Romo and Rivers, like between the two. Well, okay, no. Actually, rank them 1 through 3.
So here's the thing, though. Right? So here's the thing. Eli didn't have nearly as much success during the regular season.
But he had such a team around him. That defense that they had with Michael Strahan.
But not only that, let's talk about just the Super Bowl, the two Super Bowl appearances. But so if you want me to rank them based on what we're supposed to rank them as.
No, this is blue collar. We don't rank them as quarterback wins are not quarterback numbers.
It's so hard, dude. It's so hard for me. So either way I slice it, Eli's third.
That's the same way.
Either way I slice it.
And I can do that. I am fair if you say...
Same.
Well,
because here's the thing. Tony Romo played with a fucking broken back. What are we talking about?
You know, that's my favorite game ever is the Redskins versus Cowboys. That right before Christmas...
His back was just straight snapped. What are we talking about?
So he had a herniated disc on top of it all?
Yeah. And I could also bring up an AFC Championship game in fucking Foxborough with
no Achilles.
Yeah, no ACL, no and ACL. Half the offensive line down.
Yeah.
And he still only lost by 11. Yeah. Phillip Rivers. I don't know. Like as it stands, I put both of those men above Moreno any day of the week, and it's an easy choice for me. And I'm willing to argue with anybody over it.
I am too. And what's funny is when Mark and I first talked about this, it was not like it was not even close. It was like, hey, we're feeling each other out. I think Romo's one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. Like just based on excitement.
I like how Joey brought it up because I remember word for word. He was like, "Okay, you like Romo. I don't think you like Romo like I do, though."
Yeah.
And I was like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Greatest quarterback to never win the game. Never win the big game." And I was like,
I went Moreno, Romo, and then Phillip, just because Phillip was never my quarterback, but Phillip was that guy.
But I was like, I'm gonna shock you. He was like, "What?" And I was like, Romo and Rivers up here, Moreno down here. He's like, "No shit." And I was like, "Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
What are we doing?"
See, Moreno, just because of the numbers he put up in his era, is just so fucking unbelievable at that time.
Yeah.
But also, like, what do you think Moreno would do today? Like, he's a 5,000 yard pass. So, wait, time out. Now, Breeze is a weird quarterback for me.
It's a weird concept.
Because Breeze was very good, but also very, very bad in ways of when Romo got himself in bad situations, he would bring the game back up.
Or my favorite thing, because Rivers and Romo were the same guy, right? When they brought it back up, and the team, the rest of the like say it fell on the defense to make a play.
Oh, then it's fucked.
Hey, my favorite thing is they're like, no one's gonna fuck this game up worse than me right now. That as much as you hate it,
and we had DeMarcus Ware.
As much as you hate it, that's what happened. It's like, I'm finna throw the next pick on 1st and 10 in the 35.
Yeah. It's 4th down. We're just fucking heaving it.
No, we're heaving it on 1st and giving the game away.
I think that was the golden era in football. Was when I think it was. I'm gonna go back to like 2016. I think was one of the greatest years of all time in football. Not in terms of, hey, look at our numbers, the NFL, because it's just growing nowadays. But in terms of like who was competitive then.
Yeah.
Like that was just
that was
insane.
2016. I mean, you had the Falcons minus the 28 to 3 lead.
You had the Cowboys doing their thing. You had the Eagles starting to come up.
You had the Packers doing their thing with the Rodgers and Cook as the tight end with that catch against
Jared
Dallas.
Cook.
On the AFC side, right? I mean,
it seemed like everybody was decent except for the AFC South at that time.
Yeah.
You had the Broncos still cooking.
The Chargers were still, and they weren't Super Bowl contenders by any means, but they were very much could fuck your season up.
Yeah, and
they could fuck your. They were basically the Jags now, right? Except for more wins.
Well, and the Jags is a funny thing because I see T-Law as the next Peyton Manning, and now when I say that, I don't mean like that's the fucking sheriff.
I see him as the next Drew Brees.
See, I don't. The only reason I don't see that is because T-Law isn't as accurate as Drew, but he's more gun. He's like, he's willing to draw.
Like Brees, he makes the same mistake 3 or 4 times before he perfects it.
Yeah, but Drew Brees,
that was huge for Drew Brees' career. But Drew, a lot of people slept on him because of that.
But Drew wouldn't only do that with his mistakes because that year, 2017 was the year when the no PI was called, and obviously he was a PI.
It was a very obvious
PI. That was
somebody got paid.
Yeah,
for sure.
Drew Brees still had 2 chances to win that game, and he
did. But what I'm talking about is early on in his career, because I grew up as a Chargers fan once again.
With Drew Brees.
And everybody, he's a shit quarterback. I can't believe you guys drafted him. He's so small. He doesn't have an arm. Dude, he sucks. Every time I look, he's throwing another interception or another incomplete pass. All of a sudden he goes to the Saints and everybody, who that? Who that? And I'm like, wait, whoa, hey, let's keep the same fucking energy. What are you talking about? This is the same guy you hated.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
And Dolphins fans should be the same one to say, hey, our medical staff didn't clear him.
Right.
You're welcome.
Exactly.
See, Trevor Lawrence, the way I compare him to Peyton Manning is because, and this reason only, I think he is the second best. Well, it's him and Joe Burrow. If this is just an injury reason why he's bad, then Joe Burrow is the Peyton Manning. And I say Peyton Manning in a sense of Patrick Mahomes is the Tom Brady of the AFC. Joe Burrow and Trevor Lawrence, I really think, I am high on Trevor Lawrence. I think they're right there.
I don't know.
I really do.
And don't get me wrong, I love T-Law. Like,
But T-Law doesn't have a Jamar Chase.
No. And so for me, it's like, I think he's in his early Chargers, Drew Brees stage. That's my greatest comparison.
So what's your comparison for Joe Burrow then?
You're going to hate me. You're going to hate me.
What?
Joey B minus the toughness, minus the size. That's your Ben Roethlisberger.
See, I see the Ben Roethlisberger.
Same fucking division, dude.
Yeah.
And like I said, he's not the same toughness. And by that, we all seen Ben take some fucking rockets, dude. We've all seen him show up in a fucking hospital bed and then go on and take a snap.
Ben is one of those that
it's not his toughness, but if like
but he benefited from the earliness of his career from the surrounding team.
But
he's also a Hall of Famer.
Well, yeah, but if you look at some of Ben's throws, where it's a sit, I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna take the sit and I'm gonna make the pass. That's Joey B.
Yeah, I see that.
But like I said, Joey B's just not.
So
dude,
Joe Burrow,
fucking Ben is a pair of old work boots, dog. That motherfucker is tough as 10.
Yeah, just don't take him into a nightclub.
Easy, he didn't. He's innocent.
I hope he is.
I know he is.
He told the whole lot.
And I hate the Steelers.
I don't think anybody likes the Steelers except for Steelers fans.
Right.
I really think they're like the Cowboys of the AFC.
No.
Nobody's like the Cowboys. I think they're the fucking Saints.
The Pats took over that.
Yeah. So, all right, I got something interesting then. So then you agreed with me. It goes Patrick Mahomes is Tom Brady. So we're talking 10 years, okay?
Yeah.
10 years ago. Patrick Mahomes is Tom Brady because he's fucking
Just
running
that
everything.
guy right now.
And he's working with nothing, just like Tom did. So if Patrick Mahomes does, if they win the Super Bowl this year, you have to start thinking of them as Patrick as shit,
Maybe
dude.
Possibly.
Shit, dude. He's catching up.
Not catching up, but I will say, hey, he's on the road, right?
Right. And then you got Joey B as Ben Roethlisberger.
Yes.
That means T-Law has to be the guy that loses the big games like fucking Peyton Manning.
Does that mean J Herb is Phillip?
It does. And that means well no, because man. Yeah.
T-Law might be Phillip too, dog. I don't know.
No, because Phillip never Phillip never came back from 27 down.
That's true.
I think Justin is Phillip.
Dude, that's kind of funny.
And I feel bad now because I'm shitting on Justin. Now I am. Now I'm reflecting back. So now the reason. So okay, since we're on this, okay, since I dug myself here, the reason I'm saying this.
Nope, you were right. Phillip Rivers' greatest comeback was from 21-0.
He's got some work. Justin Herbert has the ability. He is. Justin Herbert is the Phillip Rivers, and I am shitting on. Top 10 quarterbacks right now. Go.
Of all time?
No. Right now, go. Not this season, but what we have.
Just like right now.
Right.
Okay. Now, this might be fucked up a little bit, a couple of spaces.
Kirsten put a pyramid on both of our sides.
So I'm going to do Patty. I'm going to do Joey B. Number 2. I'm going to do Josh Allen number 3, Lamar number 4.
You got Lamar top 5?
Yeah, well,
I like it. I like it.
As an overall,
yeah. I
you know
like
what
it.
mean?
I like it. I like it.
I'm going to do a Dak as number 5. I'm going to do Herbert, T-Law, Hurts. Keep in mind, Hurts. I'm talking
1 year.
Yeah,
One
only
year.
1 year. Okay, so I'm on number 7, right? We'll probably do Kirk. Number 8 will probably be.
Got Jared Goff.
Yeah. So
You got Derek Carr.
Yeah, but I think I'm gonna go Stafford, Goff,
I like that.
Carr, and then my number 10. Most folks are gonna hate me for this, but I'm gonna throw Jameis up there as number 10 because of his.
Jameis?
Hold on.
He's a backup.
Well, this year, Jameis is my number 10 for a lot. And mind you, this isn't like between the last 5 years and now. Okay.
Well, then I'm going Tom 1.
Tom?
If it's last 5 years. No, I'm just
yeah.
kidding. No, I'm just kidding. No.
I wasn't even thinking he was retired.
No. This year, who's your 10? Is it Jameis?
Oh, this year? No, it'd be Tua.
Okay, Tua. All right, so this
Tua
year.
would be 10.
Okay, I like that. So I'm going this year. So Kirsten, my top is Patrick Mahomes. My second tier is going to be. I'm gonna do. This is tough because I feel like everybody's.
My phone right now is dark. Okay, you can see the reflection of our light. I didn't look any of the other. That was straight off the top of my head.
Yeah. All right. So number 1 is Patrick. Number 2, I'm gonna go Joey B. 3, T-Law. 4, right now. This like the last whatever we have to deal with. I'm going. Man, this is tough. I think no, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna go Dak top 4. I believe him.
I put him as number 5 for me.
I believe in him. And now my 5 spot, I'm going Josh Allen. My 6 spot, I'm going Tua. No, yeah, 6 spot Tua. 7th spot, Lamar. 8 is gonna be Kirk. 9. Who are we gonna put there? Let's see.
I'm surprised you put Kirk before J-Herb, dog.
Oh, you're right. No, yeah. So it goes Justin Herbert at my 8, Kirk at my 9, and my number 10 will be Justin Hurts. Or not Justin Hurts. Jalen Hurts, but he definitely has the room to climb.
Yeah, I mean, he's only had one great year. I mean, and I'm not shitting on the guy.
No, you're right. So I'm going to go Patrick. Yeah. From there down. Yeah. No, I think that's solid because Justin Herbert can climb. Kirk is established, and Kirk is a fucking dog.
You didn't even have Goff and Stafford up there like I did.
Yeah, but I believe in Tua and Lamar. And
no, don't get me wrong. Like I said, I mean, Tua last year hurt all the fucking. Well, he's hurt all the fucking time.
Yeah, but when he's on,
but when he's on,
this
dude,
year,
and I think the world
changed my mind.
The world has deprived us of Tua. So I'm not a Tua hater. I'm just saying it's hard for me to put him in my top 5 when he hasn't been that guy. Unfortunately, due to injury.
Yeah, but he's really.
I fucking love Tua, dude. You're not gonna get an argument out of me.
No.
I'm just letting you know that's the only reason why I didn't put him in my top 5.
No, he's
and
really
the only reason, well, not the only reason, but one of the biggest reasons why Dak got number 5 for me and not number 4.
Lamar can do more than Dak in terms of like.
Well, no. My number
run.
4 was Josh Allen.
Oh, I thought it was Lamar.
Lamar was number 3. No, I'm sorry. You're right. I had Josh Allen, then Lamar. I chose those 2 quarterbacks though because Dak won his injury 2 years ago, right?
That stopped him from running.
That stopped him from running, but that stopped him from a lot of things.
From
that
a year.
Season.
In that season, he was going to. No. Let me tell you this. He was averaging 500 yards a
He
game.
was on the verge of the
greatest
season
ever.
Yeah. So for me, he makes number 5 because of what he has done with what he has had.
And Dak has had. Good Lord. Like I don't know what
You're
to tell
making
you.
me sound like a Cowboy fan, and I fucking hate it.
Well, what else are you gonna do at this point?
Fuck the Cowboys! Let's fucking go Pack!
See, that doesn't work anymore. But it will, because I think the new rivalry will be old Dak versus youngish Love.
Yeah.
I really think that because
It has that potential.
because I think Philadelphia is getting so old at this
Love
point.
has that potential.
And Detroit,
They were a fad.
So last thing, before we end it, we're gonna talk a little bit of running backs. Nick Chubb out for the year.
What you gonna do?
They brought back Kareem Hunt
Sure did.
in our dynasty league. I signed him back in the same
I
hour.
don't blame you. I don't blame
Jimmy
you.
called me. He goes, "Oh, you son of a bitch!"
I was gonna do it. I was gonna do it out of spite, but I was like, no, because honestly, I might need a trade later.
Yeah. So Jimmy called me, "Oh, you son of a bitch! I was trying to draft him." I was like, "Why?" He goes, "So I could trade you back." I was like, "You fucking mother!" I was like, "You dickhead." So now, Nick Chubb is probably the most underrated running back in the NFL. Like what he's done. So he's been in the NFL for a minute
I don't
now.
see that he's underrated.
No, I think he is because we talk about Josh Jacobs more than we talk about Nick Chubb.
Hold on. I don't say that he's underrated. Okay. Now it's gonna sound like what I'm about to say means that he's underrated, but hold on. I think because of the Browns organization, he became another man that we expected to be automatic. He was named.
Yeah, but he was more automatic than automatic.
Hold on.
He was.
Well, hold
full
on.
auto.
Name someone else in that organization that has stuck around as long as he has and has been as effective as long as he has in that organization.
Somebody more effective? Joe Thomas.
Right now.
Oh, right now? We'll go. Right now,
For
Kareem Hunt.
For the Browns.
Kareem Hunt.
But you get my point, though.
Yeah,
you get my point. And so basically, I'm not saying that he's overrated. I think the world took him for granted.
Yeah, I see that. So now that he's out, and if Joe Burrow misses more than 2 games, let's look at the Ravens' schedule real quick. You ready? So they got Colts, so that's a win. They got Browns, that's a win. Steelers, that's a win.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna pick the Steelers.
Okay. Titans, that's a win. Lions, that's tough, but I think they're winning.
Yeah.
Cardinals, that's a
Easy.
win. Seahawks,
Easy.
that's tough, that's a win.
I think the Browns get the second one.
You give the Browns the first one.
Did I?
Yeah.
I thought I gave the Browns the Steelers. I thought I gave the
Steelers. Yeah, you're right. So they beat the Browns again. The Bengals, that's a tough one. But already we see
mostly
2, 3,
a win.
4.
Yeah, mostly wins.
I don't think the Bengals can catch up, and with that running back problem now that the Browns find themselves in, I think we were both wrong, and the Ravens win this division.
I'm sticking with Joey B and the Bengals, dog.
That's what I hope. But like I said, if he's out for more than 2 weeks,
no, I'm still sticking with him.
All right.
I'm still sticking with him because I don't think that the Ravens' run game will be strong deep into season. Now, obviously, J.K. Dobbins going down, whatever. But what I mean is, what controls a game? And like you just said, Lamar, if he runs like he's a running back, he's going to get hurt. And if he gets hurt, what are they doing?
It's a tough one.
So I'm sticking with Joey B. I think that they have more options available.
I thought
But this is not like a fucking lock.
No.
Put the mortgage
No.
on it. That's not what
No.
I'm saying. I am saying, though, should it work out how I say, Joey B and Cincy are the fucking champions of the North.
But it is tough.
Oh, yeah.
It is tough.
Yeah. It's not, yeah. I sound like an arrogant prick, but I promise it's not as easy.
I think that might be that division we both expected all 4 teams to push for.
Just fire on all cylinders.
But now we're seeing 2 teams, and now the
I
second
don't
team.
know because I don't count on the Steelers putting out.
I think with their offense, they are not winning.
I think that defense will be. And now I'm not saying they're going to win the division, but they might hurt some people to keep everything close.
They might steal a game from the Ravens and let the Bengals catch up type thing.
Yeah.
I see it. Is there anything else you want to touch on?
We'll see you guys next week.
No? That's a no?
No, that's a no. Well, that's a no. We'll see you guys next week. Hopefully an exciting week 3. Also, go Pods, right? The Swinging Friars, 7 straight.
We got a second.
Keeping the dream alive. No,
Mark,
I'm
Mark,
not
we got
gonna
a
talk
second
on it.
because I want to tell you this. They have the easiest schedule remaining in the MLB.
Doesn't matter.
No.
Doesn't matter.
No, I'm going to ask you. They have the easiest schedule remaining in the MLB. What are their odds on a scale of 100% to 0%?
Okay. Now, over a month ago, I told you San Diego fans to hit the panic button. I told you San Diego fans, now's the time to start pulling fingers. I did not tell you San Diego fans that now's the time to give up all faith and that we weren't making the playoffs. It's not what I said. So, ESPN has given us a 0.3% chance to make the playoffs. If I remember correctly, double check that for me.
Point 0.8 or no 0.6 now.
0.6. I mean, somebody lost tonight.
Oh, the Cubs lost.
So, I will say this.
Woo, you're almost to 1%.
I will say this. What argument have we always made for baseball teams to win the fucking World Series? To get hot at the right time, right? I'm just saying, this might be our time.
Percentage right now.
No, I know. I'm just saying, this might be our time for getting hot at the right time. Now, Manny Machado, injured, can only bat. Fucked up his right elbow. He cannot play third base, but
That's
he can
because
swing the
of
bat.
Don Tricker in the
He
medical
can't
staff.
swing the bat still. Okay, hold on. Soto has been on fire. Tatis has been on fire. Grisham, been on fire. Choi, Money G has been on fire.
All season.
Bogarts, Bogey, been on fire. Okay? And the Snellzilla, the Cy Snellzilla, right? Cy Young Award hunting motherfucker, been on fire. Even today, yesterday, Seth Lugo did not fuck up our game. 7 straight, hottest team in baseball. I'm giving it a 51% chance as of right now. Let's fucking go. Just above half.
I'm giving it a 40.
Calm down.
I'm giving it a 40. Because you do have the easiest remaining schedule. I'm giving you a 40. It's not 0.
Hold on, let me see this. Because we need the Reds. They're losing 2 straight. We need the Marlins, they lost tonight. The Cubs lost 2 straight. And the Giants lost. Now, and I think the Giants lost against the fucking Dodgers. Sure did. 7-2. I'm a Dodgers fan this weekend, boys. Let's fucking go. Go for the Devils, huh? Let's fucking go.
The Tigers took one from the Dodgers. Can we talk about that? Tigers still alive, motherfucker!
I'm rooting for the Tigers that entire
Tigers
series.
still alive this late? Have you ever heard that since
2014?
I was in junior high?
2014?
Well, high school, yeah. Have you? No, you haven't. Let's fucking go. It's a good year in baseball. Padres still have a chance.
Thank you for talking some shit. Let's have a weekend. Let's go.